Hey guys, how you doing? Mitchell here. So let's go through our updated logical reasoning practice test. Just a few questions from the test, okay? You guys know I'm always trying to update our system here. So this is a new version of the test we have out here for you guys. So let's see how you do. So an act may be considered criminal only when both the actus reus, which is the guilty act, and mens rea, the guilty mind, are present. Okay, listen. A person who performs a prohibited act without the requisite intent may not be found guilty under many criminal statutes. However, some exceptions do exist. There are scenarios such as crimes of negligence or strict liability where the physical act alone may suffice. Courts consider both factors when assessing culpability, but actus reus must always occur for a crime to exist. So, which one of the following cannot be concluded with validity? Is it a guilty mind alone without a guilty act is not enough to convict? Or is it B, some crimes can be committed without intent? Or C, a criminal act must occur to satisfy legal definition of crime? Or D, a person's thoughts alone can make them criminally liable? A, B, C, or D? Think about that with logical reasoning. A, B, C, or D? If you said D, correct. It's a person's thoughts alone can make them criminally liable. A thought cannot do that. You may think bad things about hurting someone or doing whatever you want to do, but it's your thought, right? You cannot arrest a thought. At least not now. Maybe in the year, 3000, right? But right now, we cannot arrest a thought. Okay, let's keep on going. In criminal procedure, the Miranda warning is a safeguard against compelled self-incrimination under the Fifth Amendment. Before custodial interrogation, suspects must be informed of their rights, including the right to remain silent and to have an attorney present. If not properly advised, statements made during interrogation may be inadmissible. However, not all police questioning requires Miranda warnings. For example, voluntary interactions on the street or questions posed before someone is officially detained are not considered custodial. Courts evaluate whether a reasonable person in the suspect's position would feel free to leave. Additionally, even when Miranda rights are violated, courts may still admit evidence obtained as a result of an inadmissible confession if it was discovered independently or would have been inevitably found. So, which of these four can be validly concluded? Is it A, police must read Miranda rights before speaking to any person? Or B, statements made without Miranda warnings are always inadmissible? C, Miranda applies only during custodial interrogation? Or D, voluntary street encounters trigger full constitutional protections? A, B, C, or D? It's going to be C, right? Miranda applies only during custodial interrogation. That's the most valid conclusion there. The other three don't make sense, really, right? The D was voluntary street encounters. No, you can't kiss somebody. That means everybody that walks up to you, you got, okay, here's your rights, here's your rights. No, sometimes things just kind of happen. People say things, right? So these questions here have been redesigned to really test how much you pay attention to the test, because it's going to count when you take your LR. You got to be able to read line per line and logically deduce what the answer is, okay? Also, too, if you really want to test yourself, in the link down below, it's our brand new test down there. It's awesome. It's really good. You want to take that test and prep yourself for it, okay, for the real LR, okay? Let's do another one. So what I did, I also put in an structure interview question on purpose because I want you to look at the future as well, right? Consider the exam just a hump to get over. It's not a wall, it's a hump, right? So here's a situational interview question I do ask in my coaching class. Here we go. So you are sitting at your port, right? You're standing at your port. Your colleague is at his port, about 10 feet away from you. You guys are pretty good friends. You know each other for like probably 7 years. He knows your family, you know his family. Pretty close. That day you see him letting 8, 9, 10 people go by, doesn't ask one question, doesn't inspect anything at all, doesn't even say a word. Just 12 people go by, and you see this. So the question is, what do you do? All right, that's your question for you, all right? The exclusionary rule prevents evidence obtained in violation of constitutional rights, particularly in the Fourth Amendment, from being used in court. Its goal is to deter unlawful police conduct. However, exceptions exist, including the good faith exceptions, inevitable discovery, and independent source doctrine. So courts weigh the seriousness of the violation against the reliability of the evidence and the extent of law enforcement misconduct. The rule does not apply equally in all cases, especially when public safety is at stake. So, which one of the following can be validly concluded? Is it A, all evidence obtained unlawfully is excluded without exception? B, the exclusionary rule exists to punish law enforcement? The exclusionary rule has exceptions based on how the evidence was obtained? The exclusionary rule only applies to private citizens. A, B, C, or D? It's going to be C. The exclusionary rule has exceptions based on how the evidence was obtained. When you're taking your test, that's how you want to do things. You want to cross-counsel the common sense, right? If it doesn't make sense, kill it, right? If they look valid, if it appears valid to you, hang on to it, all right? Don't cross it off, hang on to it. It's the one that looks the most illogical, the one that doesn't make any sense at all to you. That's the one you want to cross out, okay? There's no logical reasoning to such an answer, okay? You guys, I wish you luck in your LR. If you want some real test questions, click the link below. I got some real test questions down there for you. There's 50 of them for you. Brand new, remade, made to handle the new test for you guys out there from CBP, okay? So I wish you guys the best. Click the link below to get your test, okay? You take care. Bye-bye.